Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? Hope you guys are all having a great Wednesday. It is July 9th, 2025. And, yeah, hope you guys are all having a great week so far. We got, it's been a good week over here. Just been, doing some, I finally got a little bit of a day off around the, oh shoot, I'm breaking my apartment down. Hang on. Alright, for now it'll be what it is. I had to go get something that I will use to repair it in a minute. But for now it is what it is. Like I said, guys, welcome. We are here on the ramp in Milan. Not Milan Malpensa, the big one. We're in Milan Linate today. And I wanted to take a flight to Sicily. We've yet to go down that way yet, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we are going to send it today. I'm trying to find the flight that does it. There it is. 1600. So we're going to put that in there. We turned the clock back just a little bit so we could have some daylight to see what we're flying over. So we got Itarrow 1600 today. We're going to probably stay clear of VATSIM again. And also hello to everybody on YouTube and Twitch as well. Hope you guys are enjoying both. Like I said, if you guys don't know, I do multi-stream to both platforms. So I do multi-stream to both platforms. So yeah, if you guys would rather watch on Twitch and you're on YouTube, do exclamation point Twitch in the chat. Head over there. We are trying to get to 50 followers on Twitch, so if you guys could follow over there, that would be much appreciated. But anyways, guys, with all that being said, we're going to jump inside here in just a second and get things started. So we got the beautiful A320 here. We'll get the batteries online, external powers, ADIRs, and ground control as well. Lights where they need to be. And everything looks good on the overhead panel for right now. Let's come over here again. Or not again, I guess, but for the first time to the EFB. And we are going to start our flight. ITY, Itarrow 1600, LIML-LIEA-LIRF. And that is, what is this place called again? Alghero. We're going down to Alghero, which is in Sicily. So like I said, guys, super pumped about that. Let's load the aircraft using boarding and refueling from them. Looks like they do mostly stand refueling here in...
this part refueling truck is on its way.
Linnea. Looks like they do mostly on the stand here. So that's pretty cool. It's a cool little bit of a difference
until the fuel
than what we're used to.
And ask to do it.
Let's go ahead and have them attach that tug now. Fuel truck is on its way. Let's just get some things situated here in the FMC. Get the IRS, which is already aligned, it looks like.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Alright, we'll set all that stuff. We're going to go ITY 1600 on the flight number. Cost index, what does SimBrief have us at? SimBrief has us at 31 on the cost index, and we're cruising at flight level 310 on our way down. So that all looks good. Let's take a look at some weather here.
Departure check completed.
I'll pull up
IVAS pin
NavGraph so you guys can see
inserted.
what I'm looking at. Weather here is variable at 2 knots, so we can take whatever runway we want, really. And we'll probably take runway 17 because we're pretty much right there for it. So we'll take runway 17 for departure. I hope that's what SimBrief had us doing anyways.
Fuel truck is in position.
It had us off 3.5, but that's okay. Let's see if we could take the
Please don't load aircraft.
Ekpala
Passengers
6
boarding
Alpha.
Docking gear.
We can't. So let's see. Does it have options for off of runway 17? No. So let's take a look at runway 17 SIDS. We'll go to airports charts, SID. And I think if you go to procedure, actually, you can change to runway 17.
Boarding pass, please.
Runway 17
Please use
to
your airplane fuel
Ekpal,
system to
which
set the
is
desired fuel quantity.
what we want. I think that's going to do it on its own. Yep, they're fueling up now. Is Ekpal our first fix? It is our first fix. So yeah, to Ekpal. So we got the Limbics,
May I see your boarding pass? This way.
7 Charlie.
Hello.
So I'll go out to Tova.
This way.
Sure, let's just do this one here, the Limbic
Welcome
6.
on board.
So where is that going to be at? What was it, the 6 X-ray? Limba 6 X-ray, there it is right there. Let's go Limba 6 X-ray, guys, on the way out of
Passengers
here.
bus is coming.
And there it is right here as well. With these Papa 6 Charlie? This is a crazy... Sure, let's do it. Why not? Let's see what happens. Let's take that transition down into LIEA. We'll probably have to do another RNAV approach. They have an ILS. Okay, let's see. Let's see what the runway situation is like down there. 1 runway, runway 2, and runway 20. Let's take a look at the weather. Hadley Homestead, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a blessed day as well. Vu fan, man, what is going on with you, man? How's your flying been? Probably some good instrument time this week. What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dang it, I want to look at the weather. 350 at 5, so really we could take whatever runway we want, but we'll take runway 2. It's an RNP as well. We'll have a chance for some redemption here with the RNP approach. So let's take the RNP to runway 2. What does SimBrief have us doing? Runway 2. So at least we can agree on
Passengers
that.
boarding starting.
Let's take the RNAV runway 2 approach. No star. Oh, actually, it has us on the Morab 1. Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. Weather's always crap during the summer. Great time for that instrument training. Exactly, exactly. The 1 Yankee approach. There it is, 1 Yankee right there. And we'll take a via, let's see. Is that good? Do we like that? AEA? I guess. No, take a AEA to AA507. That'll be interesting as well. So we'll see how that goes.
Boarding pass,
Shot 5
please.
approaches into Nashville with some pretty heavy rains and gusty winds. Nice, dude. That's awesome that you can get that experience in
Welcome
your
on
instrument,
board.
dude. It really is. Because like I said, I know we've had that conversation before, but I did not at all.
Good
So that's
evening.
awesome that you are able to do that. All right, let's step through this goofy flight plan. Let's see what they have us doing here. Top altitude on the SID isn't really, it's 6,000 or 10,000. Let's just set 6,000 for now. Transition altitude 6,000, so we'll go ahead and set that, I believe, in the perf. Yeah, 6,000 is set, so that's good.
Hello.
Looks like the fuelers were done. I just saw the fuel truck drive away, so that's good. And then we will take a look at our route here. We're going to step through it. We're going to get the constraints up. So, Mike Lima 609 we're going to start with here. Mike Lima 609. First is 740 feet, it says. It doesn't really have a written description.
Welcome on board. Good evening.
740 feet, Mike Lima 609, 210 knots, 2,600 feet. We have all that in there.
Boarding pass, please.
Mike Lima 614, 6,000. Okay, so we're going this way, so we're going 10,000 feet.
Welcome on board.
And you
May
can
I
always
see your
tell,
boarding
like on
pass?
these European departures, when they like split off into 2 different ones, you can always tell which departure you're going to be on, because this is the one we want right here, the Limba 6 X-ray.
Hello.
And then like you can see this is like both of them, and then it splits here. Then this is the Tovsa 6 X-ray. We don't want that one. We want the Limba, so we're taking the Limba. So that's how you can always tell. Quill, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Happy Hump
This
Day.
way,
That's
please.
right, man. I got an off day today, so we're getting a good stream in here, guys. All right, 614, 230 knots, 6,000 feet, and then Limba at or above 10,000 feet. Then, en route phase
This way.
to Apriv, Ekpal, and then we're out. Now I guess we're on the en route phase, technically. All the way down. Looks like that's our arrival. Morab. We don't really have any, like... Oh, wait, shoot. I gotta get the arrival into here. RNAV arrival is runway 2. Let's favorite that, I guess.
Passengers
And I had
bus
the
is
one
coming.
Yankee arrival. Thought I did anyway. Didn't we? What arrival did Simbrief have us pick? One Yankee, yeah. It doesn't even look like it's an option. So, alright. Well, let's see. Is it on here, right here? Yeah, one Yankee. Okay, so it's right in here. Morab, one Yankee. It's in this one. So we favored the right one. So we'll set up the... We'll look at the arrival here as well. See where it starts from. Orvex, I think. Well, actually, Morab is the first fix. So Morab, and then AIA, and then we're going to go like kind of to the airport, and then come out, which we're probably not going to do. We're probably just going to vector ourselves around. But then that ties in nicely with the RNAV approach, and we come in, and David is our misapproach point. So I mean, it seems fair. That looks good.
Passengers boarding starting.
Let me just make sure that the IRS units are aligning. Okay, they are aligning. All right, guys. So that is pretty much that. Like I said, we got the passengers boarding from outside here, from the bus. It'll be a nice evening flight for us on the way down. I set the time to about 7 o'clock-ish. Let's talk about some numbers here. We are cruising to flight level 310, which we mentioned. Just over an hour of airtime, hour and a half from gate to gate. 180 people coming with us, 179 to be exact. And then after this flight, we're going to go to Rome. So this one's first, and then we're going to Rome after that, which will be another quick flight as well. I think it'll be less than an hour. And we have some new in-flight entertainment as well, so don't go away for the cruise phase. I've been kind of playing this new game, and I thought it'd be perfect. It's pretty low. It's got to be pretty low on the CPU and GPU and everything, so we could definitely do both. So yeah, it's been fun. Quill asks if I'm into seaplanes at all. It'd be interested to seeing what it's like to land on water instead of asphalt. Yeah, that would be really interesting. I don't know what that is like. That would be crazy, though. I'm all the in-flight entertainment you guys need. Thanks, I guess. Travis Charles, thank you for, or safe travels. Have a great flight. Thank you very much, Travis. Hope you have a great day. So they're gonna need another bus? Probably not, actually. 180 people fit on this bus? I don't know about all that. Alright, well, it looks like we're almost done with the baggage loading here as well. So we're gonna get the APU started up. Alright, boarding is completed. We're going to send the numbers to the McDo, and we're going to look at some departure perf. Going off runway 17 today. Sync all that stuff, calculate everything. Let's see actually. 8012. What does this say? Foxtrot Lima. I think it's taxiway Golf, but that's okay. All right, let's. We sent all that over here to the McDo. So let's go ahead and take a look at everything here. We got 136, 136, 140, flaps 1 down 0.5, flex temp 61. Transition altitude 6,000, that is correct. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. We'll do Prague over here. We'll get, not K, where are we going? LIEA, I think. LIEA. LIEA. And then perf looks good, fuel looks good, secondary flight plan, copy the active. Alright guys, with all that being said and done, let's get the APU bleed on, and let's get the beacon on, and that'll disconnect the ground power and everything and should do everything else for us.
Is too small for your
and we're going to go nose to the right.
Release parking brakes.
Does it know which way to push us?
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Alright, well let's check out, see if we got bleed pressure. We do. Let's start up engine number 1. Oh, my bad. I guess we also didn't really need pushed either, but are they pulling us forward? Let's see where this goes. I'm just curious to see what they do with us here. I've never seen GSX pull forward. I guess they're just gonna put us on that line. Alright, we're just gonna stop them. I don't know where they're going. Alright. I saw the avail light real quick. Let's go ahead and turn number 2.
The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware that your...
Set parking brakes.
That's what I tried to do earlier.
Waiting for your confirmation for good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Whew. That looks good. All right, we got an avail light on engine number 2. Let's go ahead and just run through our after start
Unlocking gear.
flow. EPU can come off, that can come off, and taxi light will come on here in just a minute as soon as those guys get on out of here. TCAS is the only thing. Actually, that's fine. EARA, and we'll put it on.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
All right, so they should be getting out of our way
Left
here
is
shortly.
clear. Right is clear.
Yeah. Thank you, Quill. And she drives underneath the airplane. Okay. But we don't really listen to what they say. Alright, we're just going to get out of here because these guys are on crack. It's going to yell at us whenever we release the parking brake, but we're going to do it anyway. Alright guys, let's boogie quick taxi on over to runway 17. We're going to take it from intersection Gulf, from taxiway Gulf. Like I said, I forgot that we were on stand, or whatever you want to call that, so we really didn't need a pushback at all, but we'll take it. It is what it is. So we can take a right here on Echo, and then it'll be straight ahead on Gulf, and then like I said guys, we'll literally be ready. The runway is right here. So yeah, pretty quick taxi. It's the runway's right there. We're not going to bother back taxiing for that extra couple hundred feet. We're just going to send it. So let's get some togas in the chat here, guys. Ripping around Italy today, southern Italy. Sicily first, then Rome. Stay tuned for the cruise phase. Like I said, guys, we're going to have an awesome little, like I said, another new little game to play while we're up at cruise that I've been keeping busy with. So anyways, we're not going to back taxi, but we are going to make us do 90 degrees here. So, I mean, it's a long enough runway. It's 8,000 feet, but it's definitely not like, you know, some of those 13ers we're used to, or 10s or 11s. All right, guys, we'll set the brakes to a standing takeoff. Are you guys ready? Let's get some togas in the chat. Spool them up 50. Cabin's ready. Good, I hope so. Manflex 61 S-thrust runway, or not runway, auto thrust is blue, thrust is set. Let's release the brakes. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. V1 rotate. Oh yeah, baby. Positive brake, gear up. Outside view. Oh my. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn on live weather. Beautiful. And we're nav mode already. And right after rotation here, we'll get those off. Oh shoot, I just had to start. We'll get that nose down. Level climb. Dang. Thrust climb is set. Absolutely beautiful, guys. Leaving the Alps behind us. Super cool. Let's go outside, flaps up. I wonder... Yeah, look at the trim doing it on its own. The auto trim in this thing is crazy. So... in the Caravan, and whenever you have something that has a little bit more power, you don't really have to worry. I feel like I never really noticed it too much. Well, you never really set flaps for takeoff, I guess, in the 172. At least we never really did. Except for like a short field takeoff or something like that. But in the Caravan, you know, obviously it's way higher power than a 172, way less power than a 320. But still, when you pick the flaps up, they always say you have to trim and pull. So you basically pull up on the stick and you're running the trim up as well. In order to, because if you don't, you'll like, it'll feel like, it'll be like that, like the nose will like drop real heavy and like, it'll be really uncomfortable, really unpleasant, but you can make a really smooth transition if you trim and pull. And I was like, man, imagine how much trimming you'd have to do on something like this, like a 320 or something like that. And then you saw the trim running back on its own, and it does the auto trim, so it does it on its own, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, Quill, what setup am I running? Exclamation point specs in the chat. And that should bring you, it should give you my setup. All right, let's go ahead with the autopilot on. And let's go all the way up to flight level 310. Well, we're already in the flight levels, technically, as we went through our transition altitude. We remembered all of our pilot Luke training, too. We're being good pilots today. I thought it wasn't gonna come up either, Quill, but there it is. Did you see it? Did Nightbot do it for you? Nightbot, get this guy out of here. No, I'm kidding. Coming up on 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and get our lights off. I don't know how they do it over here in Europe, but we'll get the seatbelt signs off as well. It's nice and smooth out here right now. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, controls wise? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here. So, right now, oh shoot, and I forgot about, there we go. My bad. Controls wise, so I have a honeycomb, throttle and yoke, the base standard Logitech pedals, and then I have a Thrustmaster Airbus side stick. And then I think honestly one of the best and like underrated purchases that I have made for my setup is right there in the bottom right. You see the ProDesk Sim. You can get 5% off if you want to go buy anything from their website with my code. But honestly, one of the most underrated things that I have from them is they 3D print stuff if you're unfamiliar, and it's really nice. It really brings an added level of realism. Like they sell, like I'm using the Airbus ones right now, and it has like detents for everything. You have to like pick up a little lever on the flap thing in order to move it through the detents and stuff like that. And the 737 one's the same way. I actually broke my 737 throttles, and they're sending me new ones for free, so that's cool too. So yeah, that's what I'm running though, basically. Nothing crazy. The PC, it is about time. I need to start putting some work into the PC here, but we all know how expensive that is. Mexican Aviator, I was hoping you'd stop by. Dude, you saved my butt telling me to update my libraries. I didn't even think of that, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like updating the plane, looking for sim updates, like all this stuff, but I did not think about the updating of the libraries, and that did work. So I just checked before the stream, A350. Yeah, I've never had that issue before, Mexican Aviator. Freaking, jeez. That was my phone, by the way, smashing against the floor. I've never had that issue with the liveries before. Like, the whole plane just disappears because the livery needs updated. Like, that's wild. But yeah, you might have just saved... what's it called? The Pilot's Life series, which actually, it's kind of another little surprise. I'm going to go ahead and get that posting right now. Episode 1 of Season 11 of the Pilot's Life series here. We're going to make that 24-hour early access to the members first. Will said, nice. Win-win, putting out some crazy realistic components. Oh, yeah, dude. Trust me. I know. I want to get all that stuff, bro. I literally want to get all that stuff. All the skill players are going to 7-on-7s. Yeah, I feel that, bro. I feel that, Mexican Aviator. You know, I would have... We did some 7-on-7s, but I wish I would have gone to more, bro. Those were always just fun. Just running routes. Most underrated add-ons, a Tobii eye tracker. We got a guy in here who's who just picked one of those up, and he's been pretty. He says he swears by it. So that might be something that we have to invest in at some point as well around here, but us linemen got to stay back. Yeah, well, that's going to be terrible. I'm sorry for you. I don't know what the heck your lineman coach is going to have in store for you guys. Hopefully he just lets you go home or something. Because if not, you might not make it back, bro. Dude, are you in high school, Mexican Aviator? Because 7-on-7, that wasn't something that I got into until high school. Yo. Okay, gotcha. I went for my flight sim, it would be a game changer for my race sim too. Eye trackers are the bee's knees. Coach talking about doing Indian runs? Oh, nah, he's not joking, bro. He is not joking. You're cooked. You are cooked. When is this, tomorrow? Dang, bro. Mexican Aviator, you gotta cut some weight or something and be a tight end. Because you get out of all that stuff as a tight end. Listen, I was a tight end and defensive end in high school. I'm telling you, bro. You got to be a tight end because you get to go to the 7-on-7s and stuff like that. And it's nice because all the quarterbacks ever went to the 7-on-7s is throw deep. So they never hit you on your little 5-yard out or your OTBs or anything like that. So you're like never used. You're half the time you're just sitting on the bench or just standing around talking if you're not even, you might not even be in a tight end package in 7-on-7s. And then you also get out of all the tough lineman stuff at practice whenever you do skelly or, you know, running routes and stuff like that. There are some things you have to do. It does suck sometimes. You got to get in there and, you know, block the tackles and stuff like that have 50 pounds on you, but it is what it is. But dude, I'm telling you, you got to be a tight end, bro. You'll get out of all that stuff. Or put on some weight. Well, you gotta do something. You gotta do something to be a tight end, bro. I'm telling you. Shoot. Lineman is fun because we're like the only few people just have a brotherhood. That's facts. That's facts. The lineman brotherhood is, that is definitely a thing, man. They should have done a lineman 7-on-7. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. What'd you guys do? Like, I don't even know. What'd you guys do? Went down to the weight room. Okay, squat, bench, certain amount, flip tires, time workout, tug of war. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, those skill guys don't want any part of that tug of war, bro. That is for sure. Alright guys, members, you should be able to go over and check out the new video. Or, well, maybe in a few minutes here after it finishes uploading. But yeah, guys. If we just say no to conditioning, you know, there's only one coach. Exactly. You guys could overpower him for sure. You guys could overrun him. I mean, low-key don't have that long of a cruise phase today. So let's go over the verse of the day while we're climbing out here. We got Mark 11:24. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe you have received it, and it will be yours. And this is one of those that, you know, again, God isn't a genie, but it's like, you have to believe in what you just prayed for, and you also just have to believe that, again, God's not a genie, so I don't think this verse is like, if you just believe hard enough and whatever you just prayed for, if you just prayed for $1 million, like God is just gonna put $1 million in your bank account. Like, it's not like that. It's like, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it. It's like, you have to, when you pray for something, obviously you want it to be within God's will, right? You want it to be something that's within God's will for you. But you also, you have to believe that he's going to do his part, right? You have to give it over to him, I think. Whenever that word believe there, to me, that doesn't mean like, oh, think he's going to do it. You just have to be like, he's going to do it his way, I think is key. And that's what you have to think about whenever you pray and give those things to God. You have to say, he's going to do it. He's going to do something. Whatever it is, I don't know, but it's going to be done his way. So that's kind of what I think. I think you have to just try to keep that stuff in mind and just say, hey, he's going to do it. He's going to do it his way, and it's going to be his will, and that's going to be way better than any way that you could ever have it to be. So again, when you pray for something, when you ask for something like that, you know, don't expect God to be a genie and just give you $1 million or whatever it is you really, really want. But, you know, make sure that you are praying for something that's within God's will and waiting expectantly for him to do it his way. So, yeah, guys. All right. With that being said, guys, let me see if I can... So we do this kind of like... No. Alright, give me 1 second here. That should give you guys a little bit of an idea of what the game we're going to be playing is. I don't know if y'all have heard of this game, but I just been introduced to it, and I'm freaking hooked. Alright, whatever, we're just going to do it. Alright, guys. We got Call of War. And we're in two things. I'm in one of my buddies, I'm in this one with, and the other one, this one, I'm on my own. So let's go take a look at this one here. They were kind of blowing up the chat in this one here. So let's go see what's going on here, guys. This is us right now, bro. Flying over Italy. And actually, I am Italy in this. Alright, hang on. Come back when it loads. What? Where's the AC? Oh, it's over here. I don't know why I have to be at practice for 3 hours. Let us linemen have a walkthrough and go home. I know, bro. Alright, stand by. Hang on. I'm getting a phone call. Sorry, I'm back. Max Davis said, I love the new, the Pratt & Whitney Neo engines. Yeah, they're great when they work, if they work. It's also, let me just see real fast here. The game loaded, 115 miles to go to the top of descent. We don't have too much stuff to do here. There isn't a whole lot to do right now. But we do have... So I'm Italy right now. My buddy is, what is this country? Belgrade? I don't even know. I forget what country this is. Oh, dang it. I've got to go get my laundry out of there. And then we have an alliance with France as well. So I just took I took all of Switzerland, and we own Zurich now. So apparently one of the things you have to do, so what are we're low in resources. Well, we're actually kind of alright in resources right now. But one of the things you have to do is build like facilities, I guess. They've been yapping in the chat here too. Let me see what they were saying. How do you... Here it is. It should be in here. Get out of here. The Great Wall. I need to take Austria first before attacking Germany. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I should probably do that. Oh, yep. Punishing you guys for doing, for somebody forgetting or equipment and stuff. That happens. All right, we're gonna build an airport here, so I can fly planes over this way. And let's see what else. Rome, they do. Daily production. So let me see. Let me construct. Not ordnance, industry. Let me see. So, what exactly does how much does it actually increase? Plus 30% almost. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. Okay. So we're definitely gonna make sure we do more of that. We're gonna do more industries, which I can't do any more of. See, that's the thing that sucks about this game, dude. Like, you do one thing and then you're like out of funds. So I've got to move some of these troops up this way so that I can attack, can I like stop them? Just put them there. See, that's gonna take 5 hours. Like, it takes forever to do stuff too sometimes. What do we have here? The bomber squad. Let's send them... Well, the airport's not done yet, I guess, so we'll wait until that's done. We've got troops stationed up here in Zurich, which look good. Can I send them this way? Can they get there? Yeah, they can get there. No, stop. Just go back. Torrent, let's see. What else can I do? Can I do anything else? Can I build anything? I can't even build a friggin... Let me see. I could probably buy some of this. If you go to the market, you can buy some... stuff. We got 45,000 stuff. Let's buy some oil as well. All right, so I can make infantries and stuff like that if I do that. We don't really need anything on the west side because we've got our partners there in France. So we're just gonna send these guys kind of in a similar direction. I'm trying to think. Do I want to take? We're gonna go up and take Austria. We're gonna kind of get in this area here. We're going to go eastbound, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see, we're emptying out some of these towns and stuff like that. It'd probably be a good idea to fill them back up. So like over here in Turin, let's see, what can we produce? Can we produce any tanks? No. Can I do a medium tank yet? Tanks. I need to do medium tank. Oh, it's in progress. How long? 11 hours left. I guess that's fine. I'll just leave it. Let's see. So I can't really produce any tanks, any other tanks right now, I guess. I could, if I got a little bit more oil. I could do an infantry. Let's do an infantry. I've never really researched these guys. Defending. So that's really about it right now. We're going to move some troops over to the east side so we can take Austria, and then we'll go up through and take Germany, which... I mean, he's saying we have to take Austria first. We don't really, I guess, but... It would be a good test, I guess, to see if we're really ready to go dance with Austria. So like, we got troops kind of down this way. I don't know if we really need them down there or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, how long are these going to take to build? 8 hours. These might be worth speeding up. Wait, was I not building another one? I just building the one. That sucks. So we're gonna make sure next thing we're gonna do is focus on building these industries so that we can get more stuff. So wait, what is level 2? Oh, it only adds 13%? It said 30. Oh, is that if I go up to level 2? Oh, if I go up to level 2, it goes up to 30. Okay. Well, we're going to keep that going. Alright, so I like this plan that we have going here. Let's see how we doing here. 64 miles left. Let's touch base on our other world here, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so we have another world that we're in. This is the first world I ever did, so I'm kind of getting bombarded right now. But this is like the trial world. Like, we're learning things in this world. Lemon Straws, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How are you, sir? So we're Wyoming in this world here, and obviously we've got some stuff going on. We might have to retake these cities because let me make sure it's an attack. Yeah, taking our stuff back here. Let me see. Let me make sure this is going to be an attack as well. Get our stuff back. Oh, wait. So we're doing alright, I guess. Let me just do another bomber run down here. That armored division. Let's see, I could probably boost these guys as... I'm just gonna heal them all the way up. And they should be... yeah, they should be attacking. They're refueling for now, but they're gonna go bomb this thing right here. Is it attack? Is it doing anything? Okay. I think it is. Let me see if I can't train some troops here in Denver. I can make a tank. Let's make a medium tank right now. Let's take it down a little bit here. Screw it, let's just, I want to put this thing into play right now, bro. Oh yeah, y'all in trouble now. Oh my gosh. So they're in trouble down there for sure right now. I'm fighting like I'm fighting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different states at the same time. So I don't think that's smart. But here we are. All right, we always end up needing oil. I need to try to... he's getting into Rock Springs. Bernal isn't ours yet. Let's speed that up. Let me see, make sure that's attacking those. Attack that guy there. And let's get these guys down here as well. And then once this is done, hopefully this kind of takes this right back. Once this is done, we're going to send the bombers down this way and try to make sure we keep Rock Springs. Lemon Straws, what's up? Houston flight Toronto to Vancouver in an Air Canada 77-9. Very nice. Learning how to use the FMC from an AI called Copilot. All right, very nice. How's it going? Is it working for you? So that's pretty much it. So like I said, guys, you can kind of like, this game's been fun. You just kind of like do something like every once in a while. And then you kind of just go from there. So we should... Hopefully we should, especially with the help of the medium tank. I think we can do it on our own, but we should hopefully beat these guys. Nice. Good, Lemon Straws. Glad to hear that. And then we'll move these guys probably west after that and start... oh, we've got an infantry group here. Oh, yeah. Go get them for sure. So, yeah, we'll see what kind of happens here. I thought he was attacking that guy. Okay, there we go. He is. There we go. Alright. I think that's about it. We're just hopefully going to keep Rock Springs. What does he have coming here? What is this? Oh, geez. Yeah, we need freaking anti-tank, anti-air, armored car, and infantry. So we got some infantry coming for them. Like I said, hopefully this kind of bomber just does his thing. Can I split some of these guys? Can I send it one bomber? Let's send one bomber here. So one should break off there. So two should be going there, and one should be going there. And then I've got a bomber up to the north as well. So, all right, guys, that's going to pretty much do it with that. And we'll just kind of check back on that in a little bit and see what's going on. Now, we do need to lock in for our top of descent and do our information. Weather here in, what is this, Alghero, Italy. Currently, 303 are the winds. 303. Temperature is 22. Pretty comfortable. And QNH 1016. Minimums here on the RNAV RNP runway 2 approach 340 on the minimums. Let me see, is it? It's nice, it's VFR. Let's go to live weather. Holden, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Are we back to doing that, Holden? 320 fan? Oh, there we go. All right, relax. It's okay. We are starting our top of descent. Yeah, okay, all right, sounds good. How's your week been? We only have 10 miles to go till the top of descent anyways. Let's just go ahead and start that now. It's at 10,000 feet for now. Seatbelt signs come back on. And let's take a look. We'll go back to, oh, no, my bad. Taking a look at our arrival here. So again, we're going to be kind of straight in. Hit Morob. And then it wants us to kind of go to the airport and then back out, but I mean, we'll probably just go Morob Echo Alpha 507. So let's maybe set that up in the FMC here. Maybe we can get rid of AEA, and then we just go straight to Echo Alpha 507. So that should look something like that. Yeah, perfect. Morob, Echo Alpha 507, they kind of start a nice base for the runway there. So that'll be perfect for us. And then, let's see. So for the approach, we're going to brief it real quick. Alghero RNP runway 2 approach. It's again EGNOS, I don't know what that means. Final approach course is 022, 2,500 feet at Echo Alpha 510. That's our glide slope intercept point. Miss approach altitude 3,000 to proceed to David on the 022 heading and hold. And David straight ahead looks like we'll be able to do maybe a parallel entry for that if we had to. Or teardrop, I guess. That really matter, I don't think. But we're not going to need it, so perfect. 2,500 at Echo Alpha 509. Echo Alpha 510, that's also our glide slope intercept there. And we will, or there's glide path, I should say. It has the X, and it is LPV. So we should have the a glide path intercept down to the runway. I think what we made the mistake of going into Vegas or wherever we were going to John Wayne. The mistake we made, I think, was the approach. It was an RNP, but I guess I just assumed that because it was an RNP, it would have a glide path, but it didn't. It was not an LPV approach still. So I think that's the mistake we made. I think it was just LNAV, VNAV, or just RNAV or whatever, which doesn't necessarily have an LPV. So we should have a glide path, and it should take us down to the runway. Let's see, how long is this runway? Quill says, this is what my pilots are doing while I'm unaware of my economy seat. Exactly. This is what we're always yapping about up here, always doing briefings and stuff. About 10,000 feet available to us. We got plenty of runways. We should be able to do low auto brakes. Holden, my week is going good, man. I've got a day off today. My schedule kind of sucks this month, though. I'm not going to lie. I've got a lot of hours, but I don't have a lot of days off, so I guess it is what it is, you know. It's a give and a take. Mexican Aviator, what's up? I saw you said pull up your highlights. I don't think I could do that. That'd be I'd dox myself too much. Probably go with low auto brake. Oh, I gotta do the weight. You're an Airbus pilot. You don't do anything. Yeah, well said. Bro, I wish I was an Airbus pilot. I can't wait to be an Airbus pilot, bro. Currently we're at like 142. We'll just say like 140. No. There we go. Low auto brake, reversers. Yeah, we're looking good. Getting closer to that multi-upgrade. Yeah, one of these days, man. One of these days. That's why I want to be an Airbus pilot? Exactly, dude, exactly. Alright, so we got plenty of room for landing today, and yeah, guys, we're just going to kind of monitor everything on the descent. We'll set maybe like 3,000 for this here. Alright, looking good. Yeah, one of these days, Holden, one of these days, man, we'll get into something like this. But trying to enjoy every step of the way so far. I'll be at 1,000 hours by the end of the month, and that'll pretty much be my ATP mins. So I'll be able to be eligible for getting a bigger job. You mean the briefing? I meant the War Games Online. Oh. If we had service, I think we'd be playing the War Games Online more often. Yeah. And then, yeah, guys, one more flight after this to Rome. Let's see, what flight? Football camp got me feeling like I'm old. Yeah, it'll do that to you. Departure Rome 1572 would be the flight number, so let's go ahead and set that up. Just kind of setting up our next flight, guys. We actually didn't see what the transition level was. Just out to 6,000. Let's see if that's in there at all. 6.5. 6,000. Alright, let's take a look here at some numbers for the next flight. Only 45 minutes of airtime. Cruising at 32,000 feet. I don't know about all that. We'll see. Yeah, Holden. We're back with the Pilot's Life series, and you guys have the first looks at it. Yeah, speaking of, I wanted to let you guys know. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we should be kind of making the turn for, it looks like Echo Alpha 507, which I believe is on the approach. It is. Beautiful time of the day to be coming in here. Alright, Holden, appreciate it. So apparently, by the way, I was seeing these memes on Instagram that an F-22 snapped a boom off a K-46. Did anybody else hear about that? Or KC-46? Coming up at 10,000 feet, we'll get our lights on, and we're going to try to make sure that we use more lights than just that too. Let's get vertical speed coming here because it looks like we're going to be a bit high for this, and also take over our manual speed. We're going to try to go as slow as we can, even though we are descending. Oh yeah, I wanted to, is the approach phase armed? No. Let's arm the approach phase. So that way we just keep all that stuff there doing its thing. And like I said, we have LPV on this approach, so let's arm approach mode, I guess. And we are on app nav. Let's go flaps to 1. Beautiful, beautiful sunset arrival coming into Alghero. Put some of that speed brake away. Let's see what happens here. About footage of the fueler spilling fuel after the boom broke. Really? I didn't see that. That's pretty cool. Well, obviously not for those guys, but yeah, it looks like we'll be alright to put the speed brake away. I guess I agree. Well, maybe not, because we need to come back to 210 here. It's probably one of those situations as well here where we are a bit high. Oh shoot, standard. Let's see, what was it again? 1016. There you go. Alright, final app. So we are on the approach path now. We'll keep the speed up 210 knots, it looks like, all the way till we turn final. So we caught up to that vertical deviation profile, which again, I guess it can track all the way out here, I guess, which is pretty cool. Like, you can't do that with a glide slope, obviously, you know. Let's see, is there any ATC on? Maybe we'll go ATC for this last flight if there is some on down here in Italy. There's some stuff all to the north. Not really anything with us there. Let's go ahead and throw the speed into speed hold mode here, or give it back to managed mode or whatever. So once 210 knots, we'll see. We're probably gonna start slowing down. I don't know why it wants us at 210 still. Like, that'll be at Echo Alpha 5. Oh, max 210 knots. Yeah, okay. Let's not do that. Let's go gear down. Let's get some drag out there. Alright, drag is out, flaps 2. Go speed brake away. Flaps 3. Look at that, guys. Absolutely gorgeous here. Flaps full. Hardjoss, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream just in time for our first landing of the day. Alright, we're clear to land. Let's go ahead and get all of our lights on. We actually remembered this time. Wow, guys. Absolutely beautiful. And we're going to expect a kind of turn off the runway here. We're going to expect a right turn when able, hopefully by Bravo, if not all the way at the end on Alpha. It's a giant KC-46 flying in the sky with a giant trail of liquid spewing out of the back of it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Chemtrails. That's funny. I believe the missed approach altitude was 3,000 feet. It is... We got landing, no blue. Clear to land, everything's set. Only thing to do here is click off the autopilot, which we'll do here in just a minute. So yeah, these RNAV approaches work really well whenever you aren't being a stupid idiot. Yeah, I think that one was partially my fault. We'll have to fly in the Neo again and see kind of what the deal was there. Let's go ahead and hand fly. I don't know if they'll do anything in the sim, but these mountains on the left would definitely cause some pretty serious... I mean, unless the winds are calm like they are right now, but still, they could definitely have some pretty serious turbulence and wind shear. .136 Hardjaw says. Alright, we'll see.
500.
Clearly I've restored trust in him with my 320 landings. We'll see.
100 above.
Negative 100, Holden says. Oh my gosh. Landing.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Alright, well it definitely sounded good. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I forgot to bring up New Sky for the landing rate. And it's not gonna give us one now. Never lost trust, Hardjaw says. That's why you're a real one, bro. Alright, we'll keep it rolling here. That did definitely seem like a greaser. We'll get Bravo here on the right. I think we figured it back out again. Sounded like the mid 130s. All right, fair. Butters in the chat. Oh my gosh, guys, it feels good. Feels good not to slam it. We may have figured this thing out, guys. We may have figured this thing out. Alright, flaps coming up. Speed brakes coming down. Maybe. Lane lights coming off, those lights coming off, wing lights, strobes off, APU, we can start it up. 243, Quill said. I don't know. That probably wasn't anything higher than, like a hard draw said, maybe like 150.
Leaving their seats to
Okay, there we go.
safety-related duties. However,
Welcome
we are
to Alghero, Italy, here in Sicily. Like I said, guys, one more flight on the way over to Roma. Michael, thank you. That was a legendary lurk from Michael. Who knows how long he's been here. Absolutely smothered in grease, Quill says. Wow. Beautiful golden hour as well. Let's see, I'd rather park at like a stand or something. Let's maybe do something like that. I don't want to park like right... Well, we're going to have to get like pushed back anyway, so let's just do that. We'll line up with one of the light poles here. It has to be a tight turn. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Alright, we'll stop it there, set our brakes. Lights can come off. APU can come on. We're going to leave that on. And we are going to kill the engines. And we will kill the beacon light as well. And let's just do this. Instead of really doing... I guess we could do some deboarding. Okay. We'll just restart that, I guess. And let's just go back to the flights here, import the next flight, I guess. I don't know. I guess let's just do that. Here, we've got ground power connected. Let's see if we can request boarding from GSX. I think we're somewhere close to 31, it looks like. Let me see if I hit that. Where does it says?
Small for your aircraft.
Oh, it's right there. Let me see. Let's say just... Oh. What happens if I... Okay, it puts us sideways.
This parking is too small for your aircraft. Boarding requested.
Alright, let's just see what happens here, I guess. And then same thing as earlier, we're going to say, well, I guess not same thing, but we're going to learn from our mistake earlier and not have them push us. We're just going to power out of here. We're just going to start up the engines and power out. So yeah, guys, don't go anywhere yet. We've got one more flight going back over to Roma. It says we're cruising at flight level 320. For a 45-minute flight. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Let's start with like 280. Let's start with like 280 and we'll see what happens. Cost index is 37. And we're going to be ITY 1547, was it? 1572. IRS should be aligned. Let's take a look at what SimBrief wants us to do here. They want us to go off runway 2. Do we agree with that? That will probably be the quicker taxi. We're like kind of right in the middle. We might be... I mean, the thing is, it would probably be easier. We're just going to power out. Well, if it's going to be an issue with the SID again, Now I can take 20 or... What the heck kind of freaking sit is this? So either way, we're gonna have to do this like 180. Let's just take runway 2. We'll just do what SimBrief says, I guess. Runway 2, and we're gonna be on the, what does that say? The Koluk 6 kilo, was it? 6 kilo departure. Submit that. Should be back in time for takeoff. All right, Quill, sounds good. Thanks for being here. SimBrief wants us off runway 16 left. There's... Yeah, 16 left is fine. Either or, really. I mean, then we could just exit on the right or at the end or whatever. 16 left or 16 right. Doesn't really matter. Let's take 16 left again, just to kind of at ease with the SIDS and everything. What's the weather doing over there? 330 at 4. I mean... Obviously favoring runway 34, but it's only 4 knots, so who cares? All right, 16 left. I've been kind of liking these RNAV approaches. I am not gonna lie, guys. I've been really enjoying these RNAV approaches right now. So let's set up for that. Wait, 16 left? It looks like this arrival sets us up like perfectly for 16 right. Oh, it actually breaks. You can like break it off. That's kind of cool. All right, let's do it. Let's do the RNAV. Is this anything in particular? No. RNAV RNP runway 16 left. RNAV 16 left. Perfect. Via, probably Southwark, I guess. Yes, Southwark. And then the arrival that we're going to be on is going to be the Valma 3 Alpha. Does that sound about right? That does sound about right. Valma 3 Alpha. Okay, hang on. Well... Arrival. Dang it. RNAV 16 left. I have to change the runway. Why does it... Alright. Rome arrival. RNAV 16 left. Valma 3 Alpha. Valma 3 Alpha, and then we'll take Southwark. Okay, there we go. Alright, that's done. And let's step through it, just make sure everything looks good for us. So, this goofy departure here. Transit altitude 6,000 again. Top altitude on the SID looks like that we have there's 10,000. So we'll set flight level 10. Right? Yeah, it would be 100, I guess. Yeah. Anyway. It says off runway 20, AEA radial 190 to 10 DME. And then turn right to intercept radial 221. Wait, we're going off 2? We're going off runway 2. Never mind, other one. Radial 024, 8 miles AEA. Then a left turn, intercept radial 350 to AEA. Left turn intercept, and then to radial 150 to 14 DME AEA, then a left turn SME radial 236, and basically that's all these little fixes are all those waypoints and everything like that. So we're outbound on the departure and then inbound on the arrival, which we don't have to fly out that whole thing. We'll probably we'll cut that short and cut it down the flight time. So that's another reason why I don't want to go all the way to 320. If we stay lower, it'll just make it a little bit easier for us. So, all right, guys, that's gonna just about do it for the FMC setup, and then hopefully after should be loaded here soon. Let's see what SimBrief has us on the fuel. Make sure that we match at least what it has for us. Once 12.4, it doesn't look like 12.4 to me. We'll see. We'll give it a chance. Hopefully the fuel truck will come out here. All right, let's just load this instantly. Okay, there we go. All right, fuel is loaded now. Let's send that to the McDo. And then, sorry, I keep going back and forth. Runway 2, let's sync all that stuff up there. Calculate, send that to the McDo. We've got init B page is done. And perf page 143, 143, 146 translates out to 6,000. Flaps 2 on this approach. Interesting. Set flex temp 65. Everything looks good, guys. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I mean, let's just flip the beacon light on.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Let's
This
just
parking is too small for your aircraft.
restart them so they leave. And we should pretty much be able to just kind of sneak on out of here without having a pushback. So let's just make sure that we look clear. Everything looks good.
This parking
Long
is
haul
too
when,
small
Max
for your
Aviator? That's a
aircraft.
good question, dude. I'm not going to lie. I do want to kind of do another long haul. I'm not even going to lie to you. We'll see. I'll be thinking about it. How accurate is the FENIX flight model compared to the real A320? Garen Vanderpool, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I don't know. I mean, obviously here, I mean, I don't fly the 320. Let's just get that clear in real life. But, I mean, you hear it's pretty accurate. So, and I would agree. I mean, it looks really good. The flight model itself, I mean, it looks really good. The engines, you know what, and I noticed this the other day. I saw 320 or 319. I think it was a 319 actually sitting on the ramp, but it had these CFM engines. I never really realized it, but when you taxi past it, you see how the it's like slanted back a little bit. It's not like straight. So I don't know. I noticed that. So that's even realistic as well. All right, looks like we've got an avail, or we had an avail on engine number 1. Let's go ahead and power out of here. And we will start our taxi to runway 2 here. We'll just make like a full 180. What aircraft do I fly in real life? I fly the Cessna Caravan, C208. And we'll start up engine number 2 while we taxi. But yeah, I mean, from the 320s that I've seen and been on, it definitely does look super realistic, so. I don't know why it's doing this. Dang, look at this beautiful bird here in the evening time. Oh, maybe taxi light would be cool. Best caravan pilot, let's go. Thank you, Mexican Aviator. All right, to kind of take this turn, we got a veil light on that engine as well. Let's go ahead and run through the after starts real fast. AP's coming off. We never turned off our weather radar either, which we should have, but what plane do you fly in real life? Blue Angels, but with caravans, Mexican Aviator said. Bro, that'd be crazy. You could probably do some pretty cool stuff in a caravan, especially an EX. The caravan, Garen. Nice little taxi out here. Like I said, guys, we're going to take some time off this flight. It shouldn't be a full 45 minutes because we're going to take some shortcuts, I think. We're not going to fly out that full arrival, definitely not. We'll fly out the full departure procedure. But we'll probably just go, we'll cut that base leg down for sure, and probably even cut the corner on the, yeah, Yeah, I mean, if we get low enough, we could almost just turn that first leg of the arrival into the base. Oh, flaps. Yeah, how about that? I forgot we're flaps 2. Not gonna lie. I'm glad we did takeoff config. That's what it's there for, right? It's also why single pilot is a stupid idea. Even in the sim, it's hard enough. Alright guys, let's get some togas in the chat here as we blast off for one more flight here tonight, guys. One last flight over to Rome. Here we're crossing the channel, if you will. Could probably barrel roll. Yeah, well said. Is flaps 2 the norm in the 320? I don't think so, Mexican Aviator. I'm pretty sure flaps 1 is the norm. Alright, we're definitely going to take this thing on the roll. Let's spool them up fitty here as we kind of come around the corner. Manflex 65, SRS auto throws blue. Limp, a legendary lurk once again. Limp even out-lurked Michael that time. Oh my gosh. V1 rotate. Let's boogie. Positive rig gear up outside. Goodbye, Sicily. Little wing rock there for the boys. Let's go flaps 1. At least the vertical speed went away. Right after rotation, we'll go through the pilot Luke flow here. And lever climb. Thrust climb is set. Looks like there's a fire in the cabin with this lighting. Oh, Lip says the usual Florida thunderstorms had my computer turned off for a while. Just got here. No lurk, just late to the party. Well, welcome. Either way, it's good to have you. How's life for everyone, Limp says? Oh, pretty good over here, Limp. Just, having 2 days off here in the middle of the week. And then right back at it with another, I think, like 4 or 5 day rotation, so. How do you get shortcuts or vector yourself without ATC? I mean, to be honest, Garen, without ATC, you just do whatever you want. You know, it's kind of just like, it's one of those things where it's just like, why does it want me to go so slow? Is there a speed restriction on here that I don't know about? Max 200 knots in the turn. Okay, so we should have left flaps out. So that's why it wanted us to have the flaps out. We could put them back out, but we're just going to do like 210 in the turn. Yeah, Garen, you can kind of just do whatever you want. If you have ATC, obviously you just ask them for shortcuts. And like you'll hear guys, even in real life, like they'll come on and they'll be like, oh, you know, American, you know, 321, whatever, flight level 350, any shortcuts, like if they're running behind or whatever, like they'll just ask for it like right away as soon as they check on. Garrett said, if you're flying an approach with no star, how do you know what heading to go to and follow the real world procedures? You can look, what I would do if I were you, if you really wanted to follow like the real world, like what they usually do, is I would look at flight radar and like track the flight that you're simulating, and track the flight that you're simulating and do that, and just like do whatever they did. And then also, like, you have to remember too, like in the real world, it's just so different than in the sim in the way that they do things like on the regular. You know, the ways that airports do things like day in and day out. It's only because you just don't know in the simulator, right? Like, they have their things that they do every single day, and like that they're used to doing, the instructions they're used to giving, you know. And then you just don't really have that in the sim. So, but yeah, I would maybe just look and see what real world flight did that you're trying to simulate on Flight Radar or something. Quill said, I want to see Cap try some of the landing challenges the game has to offer. I feel like that would be a really fun stream. You know, I've kind of thought about that as well. All right. See, I need to set this higher. 280 we had it for. Gotta get that nose down. I've thought about doing some of that stuff. That stuff would be fun, huh? We should definitely try that. Garrett said, let's say in the real world they say turn right heading 145. How would you know to match that in the sim? Well, like I said too, Garen, no, it just depends. Like, in the sim, if you're doing it by yourself and there's no traffic, they're not going to have you turn to a heading, right? Or you're not going to have yourself turn to a heading if there's no traffic. Still 200 knots at that restriction too. All right, well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna manually do this. We're gonna go to 250. I guess it's trying to get us it's trying to get us a better climb rate, I think. I guess there's some, and we're already through 10,000 though too, so like we don't really need to do all this stuff that it's doing. So let's just do 250 knots like normal. Let's get, actually wait, well, I don't know. We'll just do it. Lane lights come off, seatbelt signs coming off, strobes, wings off. My own ATC, I'll turn 146. Exactly. So like, I mean, you kind of just do whatever you want. Garen, though, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the best way to answer your question. I think honestly the best thing to do would be like, so let's do this. Let's go. We're gonna go to Flight Radar. And let's see, what this was, flight 1579, I think it was, or 1072, one of these. But anyways, like, let's go to the flight info here, and we'll see, like, if you want to simulate exactly like what another flight did, because the reason they give those turns and this and that and the other thing is because, uh-oh, our army lost. Oh no, we're losing, guys. We got to check back on that. Is because they do it for traffic purposes and stuff like that, and maybe build spacing and stuff. Like, they don't do it. Oh, look at this. These guys landed the other way here. So looks like they had a little bit, they went a little inside here. This might just be the arrival. So I mean, like, I would just, you know, try to follow this flight path exactly, maybe, if I wanted to do it exactly the way that they did it before. If that answers your question at all. Kian, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. What does man, flex, SRS, or runway mean on takeoff? So all you're doing basically is reading what the FMA is telling you here, the flight mode enunciators. I believe that's what these are. Again, I don't fly the Airbus. I'm not 100% sure. Let's go to, there we go, 298. That's what we want to see. But your flex, when you say flex 65, it comes up right here. And that's your flex takeoff setting, which is right there. And then your flex temperature, which essentially you're telling you the engines like what temperature they should be like operating at, I'm pretty sure is like the best way to put that. So that's kind of the flex portion. The SRS is, it stands for, I forget what it stands for, but the way that pilot Luke explained it to me is, he said it was like, and I could be butchering this, but it's basically your pitch, I think, if you pop an engine. So if you lose an engine, your SRS is like your safety speed almost. It's like your V2 climb out speed essentially or your V2 climb out pitch really is what it would be. I guess. That's kind of my understanding of SRS anyways. Again, I could be wrong. I don't fly the Airbus. But that's, of the guys that I've had try to explain it to me, that's the way they say it. And then runway, I think it's saying that it's lining up with your runway heading or track or something like that. So, yeah, I think, again, that might have to do with engine failures as well. Again, I'm not 100% sure. Can I explain what the different ECAM pages do? Sure, we can walk through those. I mean, engine, so this is just kind of gives you different parameters from up here versus down here. So it has up here your N1s, your engine EGTs, your N2, your fuel flow, what it's currently using in pounds per hour. Speed referral system. Thank you, Lim. Well, did you just Google that, or did you know that? And if you know that, can you explain that in a better way than I did? Is there do you disagree with how I put it? So we have our fuel used, oil, PSI, oil temperature, vibrations, and then I think probably just N2 vibrations, I guess. That's basically that. Bleed is just like your bleed system, so your air from your engines or your APU. Cabin pressure, you know, we're back there, you know, we're climbing right now at 2,000 feet a minute, but back there it feels like only 150 feet a minute, and we're at 18,000 feet right now, but to them it only feels like 4,400 feet. So, electrical page, hydraulics page, just to keep an eye on your hydraulics, fluids, pressures, all that stuff. Fuel page, make sure everything's balanced and kind of feeding as it should be and all that good stuff. Okay, sweet. What about runway, Limp? Do you know what runway means? APU, we don't have it on, but it would show your NG percentage, your EGT, and your bleed, PSI. This is the temperature back here. So we turned this down a while ago. So these control your temperature essentially right here. So you can turn them like all the way down, and it'll change your, there we go, temperature here. In the forward cabin, aft cabin, and then the cockpit. Doors, if anything's open, armed, unarmed. Wheel, you got tire pressure. I believe your brake temperature would be there as well. Yeah, there's your brake temperature right there. Flight controls, this is where you do your flight control test and where you see where your pitch trim is at. And then everything, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it just, if you hit it all, it cycles through on its own every once in a while. Or wait. No, if you just hit all, it'll take you through everything. So if you, you just spam all, it'll just take you through all that stuff. So anyways, and then basically whenever you want to put it back on the normal page, you just deselect it, and it kind of just like, it puts it in its most like optimal page for you and like the stuff that needs to be most readily available. So Michael says speed reference system where the Airbus will use pitch to control the airspeed you maintain what's either in your McDo, if not, yeah, what'd you say? Yeah, so it's like your V2 climb out pitch, essentially. So yeah. What do you mean by it only feels like 100 feet per minute in the cabin? Well, like if we were climbing at like 2,000 feet a minute, 1,700 feet a minute, your ears and stuff like that would, like your sinuses, you know, you'd feel, it would feel better actually climbing up. Like you don't need to pop your ears necessarily like when you're climbing, it's when you're coming down. But like, so we're climbing at 1,700 feet per minute, which is pretty steep. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's definitely steep. Versus the, I mean, yeah, look at that. That's crazy. How does that even work? There's no way it's 0. But like versus the cabin pressure system is making it feel like through your sinuses and the pressure inside the cabin. Like the airplane is actually climbing at 1,600 feet a minute right now. But it feels like on the inside, like on your sinuses and stuff like that, we're apparently not climbing at all. But I feel like there's no way, that's impossible. It would have to be at least like 100 feet a minute or something. But does that make sense? Lip said it's a vertical guidance mode used for takeoff, go around procedures. SRS helps maintain a specific target speed. V2 plus 10, that's a Google definition. Yeah, I think that supports what we're saying right now. So yeah. All right, I'm liking our. I like the questions, guys, as well. Keep them coming if you have more. Obviously, again, I don't fly the Airbus, but I can try to answer stuff the best I can. I saw Hadley say something earlier. What'd you say, Hadley? Still flying, long haul flight. Where are you going, Hadley? They use cabin pressure to get as close to the arrival airport as possible to minimize discomfort. Yeah, well said. Well said. Yeah, I never really, Michael, I never really realized that until I was explaining it just now, but I guess it would have, like you said, like G loading, like it's, or like G management. Do pilots normally get technical like that during flight or just the briefings? Yeah, no, it's usually, especially if you're flying with a guy who you fly with all the time, airports that you fly to all the time, it's definitely not super technical like that all the time. Have you told others you stream in your life? No. No. Very few people know that I do this. Both just depends on when it's needed. Yeah, well said. That is fair. Yeah, I like our flight level 280 for this. Like I said, we want to be nice and low so that we can take a shortcut over the ocean. All right. I'm going to go get water real quick. I'll be right back, and then we're going to probably take a look at our war game here as well, because I think we just lost a little bit. I will say this too, you know, you asked, does it get technical like that in the cockpit? I was getting water and I was thinking about this. You know, this might not necessarily be super related, but, you know, the other day, Captain and I had a cast message come up, and a cast message, at least in the Caravan, it's not anything urgent. It wasn't even yellow. It was just white. So it wasn't anything like crazy. I think the plane just, it needed to be reset or something. It needed to go to maintenance. And we only flew it for 2 legs. So we were like, it is what it is. But cast message came up that neither of us had ever even seen before. It wasn't in the G1000 manual. And it's not, and it wasn't a yellow or a red. So it wasn't in the QRH. So we had no idea what this meant. And so he was like, hey, Google it. I was like, okay. So we Googled it. And it wasn't on Google either. But I'm just saying, like, you know, you basically, like, it doesn't, technical or not, you use all your resources. Google, all your manuals, everything you can possibly think of, you use your resources, so. Who else watches Pilot Debrief? I don't know if I've seen that, Hadley. What's that? Nav blue means function mode is arm. Yeah, yeah. I do know that. What about runway, though? Alright, how far do we have till our top of descent? 55 miles. Alright. Let's run through some weather real quick. 350 at 7. Ah. Temperature 20. See, I do this. I literally do this backwards because that's just like how you read it. Like it's wind, temperature, and altimeter. So I don't know why Airbus did it in this order. Like when any weather ever that you ever get, ATIS, METAR, TAF, it's not in this order. So I hate that it's like that. I really don't like that at all. So once again, this is an LPV approach. Minimums are going to be 310. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do approach mode, and it's going to be nice and easy. We're going to intercept, and it's going to be great. So, yeah, guys. Nothing really crazy to talk about there. And then we're just going to pretty much descend for our 2,500 feet. We'll set 3,000 for now. I think I turned off overhead, yeah, seatbelt signs. So we got lights on. The only thing I might want to turn up is these guys. Maybe not that much, like halfway. Oh, dude, it'd be such a vibe to fly an Airbus at night. Oh my gosh. Night flying is a vibe too, though. I do love a good night flight. Alright, guys, let's check in on our call of war here. We got some... I think we're losing some sights. So we tried to send some of the boys in here. Oh, we just got an upgrade. We tried to send some of the boys over to Rock Springs, but they lost, it looks like. These guys, this tank is messing that up right there, so that's good, I guess. After this, we're probably going to try to retake Rock Springs again. Those guys are... I don't know if they're hurting or not. Let's see, the bomber is refueling, but we're going to send this. We're going to send these guys to Rock Springs. So I don't think these guys have... We don't really know what they have. This bomber is refueling. They'll be launching again here in 5 minutes. And we're going to go back down. This guy's kind of hurting here, so we should be able to kind of keep him out of Denver and be okay. Is that... Who's this? Kansas? Okay, yeah, I think that's what it means too, Lim. I would agree with that. And like I said, we need to be focusing on building... We need to focus on building industry in a place with oil. See how that goes up there. What does Denver do? They produce oil. We do have industry. We need to construct level 2 industry. How can I like repair it? Doesn't look like I can. All right, so it kind of just is what it is, where we get daily reward. We don't need that. We need freaking... I could probably buy some. That's alright. Yeah, we're kind of eating that guy alive right there, which is good. We're eating that guy alive. I like that. He's moving some troops into that area. Which, again, I think we're going to keep pushing for Pueblo, I guess. Because the goal, I think, is to get the capital. I don't really even know for sure what the goal of this game is, which is why I'm trying to set up an attack on Pierre here. It's kind of a mess right now here in Wyoming. The boys are in trouble. Like I said, this is the first one I ever did, though, so I wasn't... Hatley said the white status message is usually a configuration issue, a maintenance message. Yeah, I think it's... it was for maintenance. It said it needed checked or something. So yeah, that's a good point though. What the heck am I looking at? This is our new in-flight entertainment right now, Call of War. I've been grinding this game. Hoover runs pilot debrief. It's a channel devoted to go over NTSB reports. Oh, okay, all right, that's pretty cool. come and take us down here in Florida. Ever heard of Florida, man? We're armed to the teeth down here. Pueblo's my hometown. Is it really? Well, I'm coming for it. We've got Denver. I'm coming for Pueblo next. You know what I want to do too, actually? I want to start even another world. So that's the one I'm in solo. That was the first one I was ever in. This one I'm in with my buddy. He's in, I'm Italy. He's Bulgaria. Or Yugoslavia, sorry. And then we're also allied with France, who's a random. I don't know who that guy is. But I just took Switzerland in this world. We have Zurich, and we're moving to take Austria next. This is a mobile app. It is a mobile app. I play it on my phone and on the computer. It's kind of cool. You can do both. It's free, by the way. It's actually pretty fun. It looks stupid, but like it's fun. I enjoy it. What do we need here? We need oil as well here. So Milan, am I building an industry? No, I need to build an industry though. Okay, good. I can finally build one. I think that's what we need to do. We need to focus on building industry, which I want to start a new world. I want to leave this world. I don't know how to do that. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go to a new match. I want to try this out. I want to try like just doing. Let's go to the USA. Who should we pick? I guess we're on the, like central, we're in the central already. Let's go with Virginia. Are we serious? Maybe Utah? What else up there? West Montana, East Montana, Utah. Let's go with Utah. Wait, shoot, we definitely missed our top of descent here too. My bad. Alright, let's go to 3,000 feet. Nice, Hatley. Hatley, we can probably get in a world together. I just don't know. We might have to figure that out on Discord or something and like invite each other or something. Or wait, no, what we did, we have to join like the same one. There's like a code to each game. We'd have to like join each one, kind of go from there. All right. So this is what we have right here. Let's see what players are around us. So Colorado's CPU, you can tell the player is this little gray guy. So Wyoming is a player, New Mexico is a player, Arizona is a player. Let's see what kind of, I guess first things first, let's build. Let's build, we want to do, let's focus on, first of all, do they have anything? Do they have any kind of, no, nobody has anything. I think the first thing we really want to do maybe is just build a barracks. And we want to build industry too. I want to get industries built kind of ASAP. Let's go like maybe tank plant here. See, we're low on metal right now already. So let's maybe go with Ogden. We'll go build an industry there so it boosts metal production. And then maybe over here, let's build an aircraft factory. So now we have like all of our basics covered. We can build tanks, we can build aircraft, and we can build troops. And then we're also building a thing up here. Let's build a industry here as well. How long does the industry take to build? Yeah, 9 hours. That's crazy, but whatever. And then now I think we start kind of looking for like coalitions or diplomacy. Flying on a 737 MAX next month to Roanoke, I think. Will the takeoff be steep? It's not in the Airbus, but first time on a Boeing out of Roanoke, which is D-rate system. The Airbus doesn't do D-rates. Had to step away, didn't hear your answer. That's a good question, actually. I don't know. Nothing but brown, dusty prairie in Pueblo. Well, it's their capital, so we gotta get rid of it. That's a good question. I don't know if it'll probably be steep. You'll probably won't have a D-rated takeoff if it's super short. How long is the runway? All right, let's see who's all right, Arizona. I don't know though. I don't necessarily love forming coalitions either because it's like I want to capture everything. Like there's no reason. I don't want to form a 6,800 feet. Yeah, it's pretty short. Yeah, you'll probably blast out of there for sure. All right, how low are we? 21,000. All right, I guess it's time to lock in. We'll keep doing that later. All right, so let's get this. Let's go. We're gonna completely we're gonna do a low auto brake because we have no reason to do anything other than that. We're gonna pull heading mode right now, and we're going to go with the vertical speed as well and try to descend as quickly as possible here. Basically, is gonna be the name of the game. Not flying Southwest again because they don't have D-rated takeoffs. Why not? Okay, Stalin, no peace. Why would I want to team up with anybody? I want to take over the world, man. What the heck? Holden said I'm super pumped to fly to Jamaica Saturday. Wow, man, that does sound fun. Good for you. How long are you gonna be there for? Southwest Road, very steep. Well, where did you fly out of? Do they not do D-rated takeoffs at all? Is that a thing? Let's go to 030 heading. Phoenix? Do we need more descents? $35 should do it. Whole week for Holden down there in Jamaica. Nice, dude. Have fun. That's gonna be awesome. I've never been to Jamaica. Have you been there before? Did some research. Southwest does no D rates anywhere, no matter the runway length. Interesting. I find that hard to believe. I feel like it would be more like an airline to say no non-D rated takeoffs. Like they want you to D-rate everything for maintenance and fuel costs and all that stuff. Hatley, is that accurate or am I wrong there? Mr. Maintenance Man. Never been. Me and the wife are going for a 5-year anniversary. Oh, well, congrats on 5 years of being married. That's awesome. I'm gonna pull the speed back. As much as I can for now. Southwest likes to spend less time on the ground, even if it means during takeoff. I guess so. Did you get like a nice, is you stay in like a hotel or like, they have some like crazy stuff down there, don't they? Like in terms of, I don't know, like bungalows, I guess, for lack of a better word. This is gorgeous, guys, by the way. Look at this. I think going back to Stalin Captain, I think maybe I will, that world I think is going to be like a little bit of it. I'm going to play differently than I am in my other worlds. Like, I'm going to maybe try to get in as many coalitions as possible and just see kind of what we can do. Maybe we can just bully everybody else. I don't know. Most commercial aircraft engines are derated from the factory. Everything past that is company not want to turn more dead dinos into smoke and noise. Fair enough. But you're going to have a butler? Wow. How does the derate from the factory work? That's interesting. I didn't know about that. Let's get the, I'm not going to be able to get the gear down, actually. We're still too fast. We're going to kind of turn it outbound a little bit. We're going to have to turn this into a little bit of a, this approach is a little scuffed. But let's find approach fix. Romeo Fox 741, so it's that right. Dang, Holden, going all out. Nice, dude. Think with the A10 Warthog using the same engines as the RJ, does it really? That's good. So wait, how derated are we talking? Are these engines that that they get? They do it all in the. It's all in the FENIX software. Could you buy? Can a pilot bypass it? Asking for a friend. All right, let's. Yeah, I was gonna say let's smooth out this descent rate a little bit. I think it was kind of capturing itself, anyways, capturing the altitude. Oh no. Dang, really? So even when you're like toga takeoff, it's only really 70% of the engine power? I'm gonna take it out just a little bit. Let's also get the terrain on. I have no idea where we're flying over right now. Let's go like 320 for now, and we'll kind of just like... Let's go gear down, flaps 1. All right, let's also start bringing it back. Let's go, what's it, Romeo Fox 741. Let's go direct Romeo Fox 741. Let's just do that. That's crazy. Do you know anything about the PT6? Because that's what we have. The 140 or the 141. I guess we can arm approach mode too. We have app nav. We can keep this. We can keep going 210. We're far enough out here. Ooh. I was trying to start my recording for this, and I almost ended the stream, which we've done before. Oh, passenger side should definitely be on. Oh, and so should our lights. We'll get all the other lights on here as well. We need these cabin lights off. I hate when they're on. Wait. It's in here. When did it get dark out? Well, we were flying at sunset earlier, you know, I mean. There's our runway. Are we we're 16 left though. Okay, it'll probably cross this and end up over that way somewhere. Yeah, we'll keep the speed up for now. This is fine. I guess we went gear down. We maybe didn't have to. Realistically. PT6 the OG, that's right, man. We have 3 and 4 bladed. We got both. Let's do like 220. Remember how mad you were? You ended the stream accidentally. It was a couple months ago. Yeah. We've had some... You would think it's just like, oh, it's just streaming. Like, how bad can it be? But we've had some rough moments in the history of the stream. It's the mun. Only real nerds will understand. I must not be a real nerd. I don't get that one. Alright, this is going to be our final approach fix, though. So let's maybe put that away. Alright, good. It is... Approach mode is armed. We can arm our speed brakes as well. The New York incident. Which one are you talking about? Flaps 2. Kerbal Space Program? I have not. Quill. Let's go Flaps 3. Oh, that New York incident, Mexican aviator? Oh, yes. Yes. My Flaps full as well. Yeah, that was not one of our finer moments here. Especially as a Christian creator, that's definitely, we got to be better than that. We got to be better than that. That's crazy. All right, guys, let's get some landing rates in the chat. We got all of our lights on. We should be landing no blue here in just a second. Everything on the overhead looks good. Last landing of the night. Get some landing rates in the chat if I didn't say it already. And we are below... How are we below the glide path at the final approach fix? When it's at 2,500. That doesn't make any sense. But it's coming in. Missed approach altitude is 2,000 feet, so we'll go ahead and just set that there. Linear monitor... Ooh, thank you, Holden. Let me... I'll put it on... I'll open up New Sky. I know skydiving places do an upgrade to the Caravan to convert to 4-blade and change the reduction gearbox. Interesting. Under 100, wow. We need to edit a Cap's greatest moment video? Dude, that'd be crazy. A super van? Really? Yeah, I've never heard the change in the reduction gearbox. So what, like the prop RPM can go higher? Because like our prop RPM is capped at 1900. So like, are you saying that they can go over that? Big fat crosswind right now. .3 Gs, 8.98 out of 10. Wow, wow, wow. All right, we'll see. 335 limp. Clearly, you weren't around for the last one, I guess. Here, you don't know. That'll go down in the freaking history books. Now, this is a nighttime landing though, so the ground sneaks up on you at night.
1,000.
Be skipping down the runway. We're gonna expect a right exit, probably just all the way at the end. We'll probably just let it roll. Bunch of haters. Well said, Quill. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're landing no blue now, so we are clear to land. Everything is all good here. Minus 50. Wow. Thank you, Quill.
500.
2 sets of pappies? I find that hard to believe that would be the case here in real life. 280, Michael says. Michael, my biggest hater. So we're 4 red, but apparently getting high on the vertical deviation. I don't know what to trust here. I feel like we look low too, so I'm gonna trust my eyeballs. I think the vertical deviation would just run us into the ground right now if it could. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, I think the vertical deviation literally would have run us into the ground right there, by the way.
100 above. 100.
Little high now, but that's because I've kind of like leveled it off.
50. 40.
Oh! What is this? What is this?
Retard. 10.
Ooh. What? Come on! That's not fair! That's not fair. Dude. That is BS. You gotta be kidding me. And we're just gonna let it roll to the end. Dude, what is that? That sold my greaser. That was about to be a greaser, dude. Come on. Oh, and the siege warm-up will commence right after this. What's the rating? We heard screams. I think it was 335. Yeah, wait, what, did that not, by the way, did that not sound a little better than screams? I thought that was, I thought surely we'd at least not get some screams there. Did it not look better? Supervan 900 utilizes the Honeywell TPE 331. Sorry, they get rid of the PT6. Okay, that would make a little bit more sense, maybe. No, no. Captain Slammer is not back, bro. I was set up. Did you guys see that? Was it on your screen too? Or was it just me? I got set up, bro. Who did that? Who did that? In the flare? Are we serious? You saw nothing. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. 1.7 G's, Owen says. Mower. I wouldn't have screamed bunch of softies. Thank you. Well said. Alright, stop recording. We're not ending the stream. Yeah, I think we're just gonna follow this taxiway though. We'll keep these lights on. Strobes off, wings off, and APU coming on. Saw a maintenance job pending. Hatley, we need you at the gate. Hatley, we need to meet you. We need you to meet us at the gate. Hatley, have you seen a landing so bad that you had to go service the plane? You weren't working for Endeavor, were you? Call Hazmat. We don't need the Hazmat team. That's ridiculous. There's no reason the Hazmat team needs to come out for a bad landing. I was set up. One of you guys DDoSed me or something. That's crazy. You bunch of DDoSers out there. In the flare, that's literally crazy. If we need Hazmat, I'm calling the FAA. Jeez. Goodness gracious, guys. Alright, we'll actually turn off the weather radar so that we don't cook everybody on the ground. Should I have taken that left? No. Castle glitch in flight sim. They need to just take the plane out and remove it like Castle. Call the Red Cross. We might need the Red Cross. We might need the Red Cross. We did see that. What was it that popped up on your screen though? Did you not see the pop-up on the screen? Or like, did you guys actually not see that, or did you see it? It said it was something about my bandwidth. It was like, your bandwidth is too low. Okay, great. Oh, Hadley's seen some rough landings. All right. Do tell if you can. We did. We saw. Okay, good. Just making sure. I'm just making sure. So we're all on the same page here. That wasn't my fault. That was about to be a freaking greaser. I don't know where we're at right now. A slam is a slam. Well, we gotta go park this thing over by here in Italian maintenance anyways, because I think those are gates up there. So that I guess. Holden, this light mod that you sent is great, by the way. We're even out here in Rome and we've got some lights. Mamma mia. That's got to be racist. Oh, here's gates over there. I guess let's take this right. Not that one. Long friggin' taxi here in Rome. Maybe we should take that. I wasn't going to, but hold on to your gabagool. You guys. Yeah, we're gonna T-bone this truck because I got angry. Come here. Lucky he got away. Alright, lights coming off here as we turn into our well-lit ramp. Thanks to the lighting mod. Wouldn't be able to see anything otherwise. Silently calling the FAA. We're over in Europe, Michael. Oh, jeez. The FAA can't do anything over here. Need the IAA, the Italian Aviation Administration. All right, let's set the brakes. And APU's on. We'll get it on. The bleed's on. Engine's coming off. First time today using a gate. That'll be a little different.
Avoiding requested.
Sure. All right, we'll get the beacon light off. And that'll get a GPU connected, and we can do deboarding over here, I think. Unless it doesn't want me to. I thought it was going to connect to GPU. I guess not. Is it going to let me deboard or no?
Good evening.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Alright. Well, guys, that is going to do it for the night. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate everybody stopping by. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Go follow on Twitch as well. We're trying to hit 50 subs over there. We're at 27, so we need you guys. We need you guys. But thank you guys so much for being here. There's a new video going up as well, the next installment of A Pilot's Life. Members, you guys have access to that right now, I do believe. Other than that, guys, we should be able to stream again tomorrow. So I should be back tomorrow, probably a similar time frame as well, probably the afternoon / early evening. But thank you guys, much love. Appreciate all y'all for being here, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.